Today on High Voltage Studios, we're going to be turning this to this. Let's get into it. Welcome to High Voltage Studios. I am your host, Lukas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to color grade in Premiere Pro to make your outdoor shots look even greater than they already do. Now, don't forget, before we get into this, to leave a like and subscribe and share this with all your friends so they can get amazing shots as well. Now, let's get into it. So, now that we're in Premiere Pro and we have our project all set up and our clips are arranged, we're going to be color correcting using the Lumetri Color tab. I have it already enabled on the side, but if you don't, just go to Windows and enable it by pressing the name, and it's here. So, we have our thing selected, and we're gonna go into this and increase the exposure right off the bat to make it more sunny, but also increase the contrast to make it more well-defined. Same thing with the highlights, and decrease the shadows to also make it more defined. And big thing that plays in with the color, so we're going to increase the saturation to make it look nice, and we'll mess around with some of this temperature and tint to get a really nice color. But I think, yeah, we'll decrease the exposure so you can really see some of those colors and you don't get a big glare. All of this can differentiate depending on where your setting is. But another thing that's going to be important is the color wheel section of this. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to increase the reds on here, make the highlights a little bit more of an orange, but this is going to get contradicted with the shadows. So I'm going to make it a light blue around, and we get this nice little hazy pink purple sort of thing, and it looks really nice as it is. And next thing I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to vignettes, and I'm going to set the amount all the way down, but feather it so we can get a nice little cinematic feel, and play around with the settings in here. And it looks pretty nice as it is, but we're going to increase this exposure, and it looks pretty nice, I would say. So now what we're going to do, since we have those nice colors, we're going to bring it into After Effects to make some 3D lights and really emphasize the sun by creating a light where the sun would be. It's going to make a really nice effect and make a really cool look on it. So once this opens up, it might take a little bit, and it will automatically import our footage straight into After Effects. So, yep, here it is. And what we're going to do, we're going to make this layer, well, yeah, selected, make this layer a 3D layer, because we're going to be using 3D lights, and they only affect 3D layers. And we're going to go new light, and create a point light. Maybe color this so it's a little bit more sun colored. Yeah, that's probably good. And this is going to have a giant effect on the... Yeah, that already has a giant effect on the shot as is. But one thing that I want to do, I want to make this... move it where the sun is usually, to get some authentic shadows. So we're going to move this all the way up and to the side where the sun would be in the shot. It's going to differ depending on your shot. And that looks pretty good, but I think I'm going to mess with some of the light optics. I think I'll increase the intensity a little bit to get some of these shadows, a little bit less of shadows, because when there's light out, it doesn't create that much of a shadow, but it does create shadows. So right now it's looking pretty good, but I think what it needs, I might create an ambient light. So let's go up here just to fill in some of the space, make a new light, make it ambient. And I think I might keep the color. That's a pretty good color. Maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh gosh, that is really overexposed. So let's go to light optics and just decrease this. Oh gosh. So it really fills in some of the space and makes the shadows more realistic, and because make it looks more like a sunny day. And it looks pretty good. So let's take a look back on what we just created. It looks pretty snazzy if you ask me. Remember, guys, though, depending on your time of day and your setting, this can all differ. Your color grading and your lighting can be completely different if you're color grading for a sunset or if the sun's coming up. Same thing if it's nighttime or if it's even just midday. We will be releasing a video soon about the color grading and 3D lights on nighttime and sunsets, so keep an eye out for that. But before you go, guys, remember to leave this video a like and subscribe and hit the bell button and comment down below what you want to see. Also check out my channel, a challenge and vlogging channel that is starting to launch very soon. This has been High Voltage Studios, signing out.